What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here with a very late night upload because I've been out celebrating my birthday with the family when suddenly I get home, looked at Twitter and saw that Nintendo has at last revealed more details about their paid online service. If you remember, they've been hinting at the fact that there would be some sort of subscription fee and it would have some sort of cool bonus perks. Well, it seems like they're finally able to talk a little bit more about it, and the things they've revealed today are actually, in my opinion, quite promising. The biggest one that has just got me hyped out of my mind is we're getting the first little peek at Virtual Console. Now, they're not calling it that. Instead, they're just kind of advertising it as a way to play NES games on the Switch. So in this press release, they specifically talk about the fact that there will be 20 original NES games, the Nintendo Entertainment System games, that'll be playable on the Nintendo Switch. As long as you're subscribed to the Nintendo Online service, you can play stuff like Mario and Zelda. Now, the reason this is so intriguing is because the games they list are good, stuff like Ice Climbers, but they specifically talk about a special feature where you will be able to play online co-op. But not only that, it talks about being able to actually talk to the people directly. There will be a sort of voice chat. However, it is going to be through the Nintendo Switch app. So remember how we were all kind of worried that all communication would be done through this cell phone app? It looks like that is true, but the cool upside to this is not only will you be able to communicate with whoever you're playing with, there's going to be some sort of feature where you can pass the controller back and forth. That's actually how they describe it. So if theoretically I'm on the phone with my girlfriend and she's on her Switch and I'm on my Switch, we could have some sort of weird system where we're trying to speedrun the original Legend of Zelda and passing the controller back and forth digitally as we go through each of the different dungeons. Maybe switching off so every time one of us dies, the other person has to clean up their mistakes. Now, the reason that's so cool to me is because it feels like it's creating new play options. That's kind of what I wanted the most with this online service, is give us a new way to play instead of just trying to, I don't know, give us some really basic service. And it also makes me think that we could be getting a lot more games like this. I would love to see Bubble Bobble or freaking anything. I would love to see, personally, as a Final Fantasy fanatic, I would love to see the original Final Fantasy in a way where me and my friend could possibly switch off, or maybe do something like play the battles co-op the way Final Fantasy IX had it. Now, the next thing that they talk about, besides those 20 awesome games, only a few of which have been revealed, is they said that they are now going to be at last introducing the most requested feature of the entire Nintendo Switch: cloud saves. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is now going to be possible to play a game as much as you want, save the game, and it'll magically go off to the cloud, which means that if some sort of unfortunate circumstance happens and your wonderful Nintendo Switch falls off a cliff or something, no longer is your hundreds of hours of hard work magically vanishing. Instead, everything can live on. Especially, this is doubly cool because, as we've seen over the last year, there are some third-party products that can absolutely fry your Switch. Buy a wrong dock or try and get a third-party controller and it may end up electrocuting this thing and destroy all of your save data. I will happily buy an extra little fee like that to have cloud saves. An extra little benefit that I feel like a lot of people overlook is cloud saves are extra cool when you play on multiple Switches. This is something I do a lot with friends with the PlayStation 4 because the PS4 has the same thing where you can actually send any save you want up into the cloud and retrieve it later. So a lot of times, if I'm playing something that's a big co-op game like Diablo, I can play my character at home, put it in the cloud, go over to their house and retrieve it, play over there for a few hours, and put it back in the cloud. Almost like a baton pass. And I love that system because it makes it where at any time, I'm not having to worry about if my character is available, it's just about if I have time to retrieve it. Now, one of the other things they've talked about here is that this is definitely going to be a new mandatory service. If you were thinking about possibly not getting the Nintendo Switch Online thing, it seems like it's going to be quite necessary. So I'm reading off the list here, It sounds like it's going to be absolutely mandatory for all online games going forward. It specifically mentions Splatoon 2, ARMS online matches, Mario Kart 8, even the new Mario Tennis that's about to come out. Everything is going to need this new online service. So if you are somebody who's trying to just skim by and be as cheap as possible, that is not an option. Now, up till here, we've all been kind of enjoying this free online service, but we knew that the paid price would show up. Although, the amount it actually costs is so low that it's very, very easy to swallow, at least for me personally. $20 a year for all of these perks, I'm willing to totally accept that. That's actually pretty good. Voice chat, some early semblance of actual retro games on my Switch, that stuff is pretty dang spot on. And for $20 a month, that's actually pretty fair. Especially because this is pretty interesting. They've actually revealed a new option as well, which will be a family plan, which is where you pay $35 a year instead of $20 a year, and it'll work on multiple accounts. So if you have a bunch of different kids and they're all in the same household, you could pay $35 a month, activate all those switches, and then make it where everybody can play. Or if you're somebody like me and has a bunch of roommates, theoretically, if we wanted, I could talk to both my roommates and say, hey, it's finally time to buy the Nintendo Switch. Each of them could also get the service with me if we just wanted to be as penny pinching as absolutely possible. All of this stuff sounds so freaking cool, but I do still have some concerns about that Nintendo Switch app. On the thing itself, on their press release, it makes it seem very much like you are going to need this. Like the Nintendo Switch app is going to be integral to this new online service. Now, not only is it going to be required for just trying to get in a little chit-chat, it seems like it may be needed to possibly access games or who knows what all stuff. It specifically talks about the fact that it's very going to be closely communicating with Splatoon 2 like it always does, but it really makes me think that maybe there will be some sort of extra functionality. Something I have been hoping for a little bit is some sort of option where if I have the Nintendo Switch plan that makes it where I have online play, perhaps make it where I can play my NES games on my phone as well as my Switch. I would love some sort of option of if I am stuck on a Zelda level or something and I am going on a nice walk to clear my head, I can transfer my save file into the cloud, retrieve it on my phone, and then when I sit down in a park, play it from there. That would be cool, but it's hard to say. The Nintendo Switch Online app is still so primitive in its current form. I don't quite get why they're not willing to expand on it. It's still one of those things that's quite a little bare bones thing. However, now that they're putting real money into this and actually bringing some retro games to it, I'm hopeful for what can come next. The biggest thing is clearly just the fact that we have cloud saves, because it shows that they are listening to our feedback. They are actually hearing our words and trying to adjust their business plan, at least somewhat, to meet our demands. This is very, very cool, but I have to say, I like this announcement because it makes me really, really, really ready for what's coming next. I'm definitely getting the Switch Online plan, not just because I game on it all the time, and not just because I love Splatoon 2, but because I want those retro games. And now, it's really kind of got me excited in a weird way for what is coming next, specifically with the Switch Online plan. I'm wanting to see what new retro games come up next. Will I get something Super Nintendo-wise? Am I going to get translated stuff of games that originally didn't come out? Could I play the Super Nintendo version of Clock Tower on the Nintendo Switch in a way I was never able to do on any other virtual console? Right now, well, the possibilities are literally endless. But I want to know your thoughts on this. Are you excited for the Nintendo Switch Online, or does this seem like it's too little for the actual price tag of $20 per year? Let me know your thoughts down below, and also tell me specifically, is there any one big feature that you wish was included that isn't quite on this list yet? Because while this is just kind of an early reveal, since it's coming in September, there's only so much time left for them to actually tinker on this before it's in all of our houses. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this rather silly birthday rant, Let me know by giving this video a big like, sharing it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. This game, I'm going to turn the camera a little bit here. This is this drifting game I'm totally addicted to right now. It looks super silly. I promise this is like one of the most fun, soothing games. I cannot stop playing it. I think it's called Zen Drift. You know what? I'm going to have to make a video just about indie PS4 games so I can talk about how much I'm in love with drifting. I bought it for $4 on a sale. Perfect. Oh, hey. I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. Or it was really bad and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.